Hi, it's again me Sayasat Norman, my partner Safar Nazar, and now we are going to present you our third presentation. And some of our third presentation is earthquakes. Uh, First of all, let me briefly describe you what is earthquake. So, by the definition which Wikipedia gives us earthquake is a shaking of the earth's crust caused by release of energy. So this energy may be released by the four main factors, and the first one is the eruption of volcano. So commonly and mostly eruption of volcano is the main reason of the earthquakes. Second one is collapse of caverns. Third one is impact of a meteorite, and the last one is strain between plates.
Um, so mostly when we talk about earthquakes, we mostly talk about its fault. So fault is a break in a lithosphere along which movement has occurred. So there is a thing which called friction between plates, and from the moving of that at the point of friction, most of the rocks deforms with the flow of the time, and which cause in the future earthquakes. So here you can see the image of it. There are also some terms which should be described, such as focus. And focus is a point of which a rock will first break, and it will be cause uh, further distractions. And also epicenter, it's uh, generally say projection of that point on the flat Earth. So as you can see, it's focus. It's located in the deep Earth, but the epicenter mostly described as a surface of that Earth.
So when we talk about earthquake, we talk about seismic waves because earthquake is movement of surface of Earth as a wave. So the energy released in an earthquake travels in the waves, and these waves may be in three types. First one is a primary wave, second one is a secondary wave, and last one is a surface wave.
So first we talk about primary waves, and primary waves also called P waves, and it's compression of waves which is squeeze and scratch the rocks, and it has, so as you can see in the diagram, it has its wavelengths, it has its rarefaction and the points of compression, and most of the primary waves can travel through the material solid liquids and the gases. Also it's travels very fast, so it's actually fastest between the three, among the three.
So second type of seismic waves is the secondary waves. It's also called S waves, and the main difference of the secondary wave with the primary wave is that if primary wave has something like push and pull movement, secondary wave is the movement of Earth surface in a vertical axis, and the waves can travel only through the solid materials, not liquid and gases.
And the last one is surface waves. Surface waves is actually the kind of mix of the P and the S waves. So there are actually two types of surface waves. It's love waves and the Rayleigh waves, and they actually the most powerful ones, and it causes lots of damage when it happens.
So earthquake is a big natural catastrophe, and it has lots of hazards. And the first one is a fire. In earthquake, fire causes the most damage in Earth's surface, and some utility lines and roads get damaged. Uh, so also earthquake may be reason of the tsunami. Tsunami are caused by underwater earthquakes that make really huge waves, and another thing that earthquake may cause and which have a negative impact is liquefaction when the ground turns to quicksand due to the shaking.
So we have scales of earthquake energy. So it goes from the 1 to the 10, and from 1 to 4 it actually considers as a small ones, and the it may occur like everyday life, and you may even not notice them. And the next step is a moderate. So moderate, they're scale from 5 to 6, and they're actually happen monthly mostly, and they are like pretty noticeable. And this 7 goes to the major one. Major also happens monthly, but it's like very severe and sudden. And so 8 and 9, it's very strong earthquakes. They're also called great, and they may happen yearly. And very rarely one, it's a super, which is goes with a 10, and like it's extreme in the movement.
So Nazar explained the scale of the earthquake, and now I am going to explain the earthquake magnitude. Earthquake magnitude is a strength measured by the amount of released energy. For example, when we consider the earthquake scale as a 3, and next step, I mean the fourth scale at earthquake has 10 times more released energy. It means it has 10 times more damage, 10 times more hazards and other stuffs.
So here's some image of the earthquake damages. As you can see that it's like these earthquakes may scale from the 5 and above, because the destructions are pretty big and very harmful.
So we finished our presentation. Thank you for attention.
Thank you.